What comes to mind when you think of the seaside? You may think of the sun, the beach, people, many more people. Taiwan is known for its most beautiful scenery, people, so we have a plan. Imagine a beautiful, dazzling, breathtaking sea with the most beautiful people. Will this combination be the most stunning scenery in the world?
Were there any problems this morning?
The bigger trash wasn't as much as we expected, but there were a lot of smaller pieces in the sand.
Yeah, especially the bits and pieces of styrofoams.
And cigarette butts.
I think cleaning a beach requires clips as well as sieves for safety and sanitary purposes.
And we found that there was more litter that was stuck between the plants rather than in the sand.
Moreover, as the strong wind blows, everything turns into a mess. We have to hold tight onto our belongings or they'll become litter at the beach too.
But there was an extremely passionate stranger who joined us in cleaning the beach. It seems that people in Taiwan are really friendly as we expect. Strongly love will be tanner after this long day under the sun.
But didn't we already apply sunscreen?
I still think we should reapply some more sunscreen. Besides, even if it's an ocean-friendly sunscreen, to the ocean it is still artificial and filled with chemicals.
How about wearing a jacket?
That's a big no, it's too hot.
Oh well, then let's ask some people's suggestions on how they prevent themselves from getting sunburned later on.
That's a good idea. We can ask for their take on this matter in the afternoon. After the discussion, we headed back and continued to clean the beach. The questions that we asked are, how do people prevent sunburns at the beach, and what do people often do here? In the beginning, things didn't proceed smoothly, and dispersingly, we found more litters when we returned. But as we walked towards the beach, there were finally people that are willing to let us interview them. People were friendly and willing to share their experiences. They were also curious about what we were doing. At last, we asked 7 groups of people in total, and most of them were about 20 to 30 years old. Surprisingly, half of the interviewees chose to wear jackets and didn't or aren't willing to apply sunscreen as well as swim in the waters. In the process, we were questioned, isn't sunscreen toxic to the ocean? Because of this interview, we learned that despite the fact that there are people littering, but in Taiwan, there are still people who are aware of protecting and treasuring the marine environment. Moreover, they have their own way of protecting this beautiful ocean while admiring the view.
I don't really think that there will be much of a change or a big difference in how we treat marine life or how we treat the sea in general in about 10 years. I do understand that there is a lot of pollution in the sea, and I understand that there are a lot of people fighting to prevent pollution in the sea. But I'm optimistic about how the results will turn out in the next 10 years.
Ocean covering by rubbish and plastic bags and dead body fish and oil. But nowadays there are lots of organizations is helping to save the oceans, like collecting rubbish and release animals from hurting by rubbish. And besides, they are developing some product that can cleaning the oil that floating on the oceans. But this is not the boat, it's a boat that can floating on the ocean, and her function is collecting the oil that floating on the oceans. I want to say thank you to the ocean that ocean bring a lot of beautiful animals and views for humans to explore.
We're living on this azure blue spectacular planet. We are not only watching everything from the shore, we are also a part of this beautiful scenery. Please cherish the ocean. Let us become the most gorgeous landscape rather than the most horrible nightmare.